Compulsory questions you need to ask a woman before settling down with her. Have you asked these questions? Because if you ask this question, you will know if you and the woman, you're going in the same direction. If you're not going in the same direction, and most times, if women do not know the reason why they want to settle down with you, this is where you get them not to really answer this question. Until she answers you this very question, do not plan or try to settle down with her because you won't get it together. Number one is her career. If there is anything about her career you don't like the kind of career the kind of job she's doing, or you need to say something, maybe you don't understand the job, or there is something about the job you don't like, you need to her to change, or if she's the kind of person who is not working, and you want to know if she will end up maybe chasing her dreams, chasing her goals, chasing her career later in life, this is where you need to ask her question about her career. Babe, how far your career? This thing you're doing, I think I don't like it. Talk about these things. If you don't like the kind of job a woman is doing, and you feel maybe if you marry her, you're going to change her, things like that doesn't always lead to argument, and most times it ends in you breaking up that marriage. So talk about that, it's necessary. Then the second thing is healthy disagreements. Disagreements in a relationship is something that must happen. It must come. You must disagree. You must never agree on everything. But if you talk about it, if we have issues, this is how I want us to settle it. Mount it as a boundary for her, so that whenever you have that issue, always remember what you said and stick with it. Because most times you don't talk about disagreements. So when you get married, you both can stay 2 days keeping malice with yourself without really coming to talk to yourself. In a relationship called marriage, there is always time that the both of you are fed up with each other. And that time, there will always be misunderstanding. If you both did not agree from the beginning, from the onset of the relationship, how you handle your disagreements, you will notice that disagreement can linger, or most times they will cause resentment or even hate in the heart of your partner for you. So another question you should ask is their thought on love. Some women do not believe in love, or the way they see love is quite different from the way you see love. So now, if you're not projecting the way you see love to them, it might not really sound, or they might not really see it as love. So talk about, how do you see love? How do you want to be loved? In as much as she's answering this very question politely, friendly, and happily, and she's answering them, she knows what she's doing, she knows what she's expecting in this relationship. And do not relent to tell her how you see yours, how you see love, and how you will feel loved by her, so that she will have it in mind. And you told her, she start working on those things you told her. You too, you start working on the things she told her, and she told you. If you both did not communicate, understanding yourselves become very, very difficult, especially when it comes to marriage. Then another thing you should ask her is her upbringing. This very question, if you don't have clue of her upbringing, she might be the type of person who do not like men, but because you don't know, because her upbringing, you ask her how she grew up, her experiences. See, any woman who is not able to tell you or talk about their upbringing with you, it shows they are not really vulnerable. Let your relationship get to the point where she gets vulnerable and she's free to tell you her upbringing, how she grew up, things she encountered, things she saw. You too should do the same. So through your upbringing, or through her upbringing, you will know what she has gone through, what you're supposed to give her, what she's expecting to get, or things she has gone through that she wouldn't want to go through you again. Because most times, those things you do them without knowing she has already gone through such trauma, such things. You never knew how her upbringing was. So you do them without even knowing. So it will always hit her in her chest that this thing is something I've encountered, something I've gone through. Why is he really repeating the same thing to me? But because you don't know. Then another thing you should ask her is her parenting. How close is she with her mom, with her dad, with her siblings? How do they relate? How do they treat her? If you don't know these things, if you know these things, it's easy to relate well with a woman and even her people. Yes, most times you don't relate well, or most times you feel, I want to give them money to buy their attention. If you ask some of these questions, you know what you're supposed to do, what you're not supposed to do, where you need to draw the line, and where you don't need to draw the line. They will tell you. You will know the kind of people you're dealing with. Then another question is money. When it comes to a woman you want to really spend the rest of your life with, talk about money. Is she good with money? Can she take care? Can she save? The things she's doing, how good is she with it? How does she have earnings of her own? If you give her money, can she keep it? Talk about money. If you earn so amount of money, if you give it to her, what will she really use the money for? And if you're earning so amount of money, just tell her, talk about it. How will you guys grow your home? How will you guys make do of the money? Will she be able to manage such amount of money? If you have this conversation, it's inside the woman's chest that you guys have the conversation, and she knows what she's expecting. She knows when to always give, when not to give. And if you have her money, how will she use it? Will she say, it's her money, that is your money you'll be using? Because most times you don't have these conversations. They feel their money is their money. And you won't blame them, because this conversation is something you're supposed to talk about. You need to talk about it in your relationship. But Most times you overlook it. So do not settle with a woman without asking these 6 questions. If you ask these 6 questions, it shows you where you're going with her, what you guys are doing, what to expect, what not to expect. Because most times you have too much expectations, and at the end of the day, those expectations are dashed. Any expectation you have, talk to her about it in order to have good, healthy relationship with her. Have you asked any of these questions? Did she answer? How did it go? Those of you married, did you ask this question? How did it go in your marriage? Are you getting it right? Do well to share your thoughts in the comment section. If you've not asked, please do well to ask. Subscribe to my channel, follow my page for more videos like this. Do not forget to share. Thank you.